Hi, first graders. Let's get ready for Fundations. The materials you will need at home today are that piece of cardboard, a red crayon, a notebook, paper, and a pencil. The materials you'll need in school are the Fundations paper, the plastic grid, a red crayon, dry erase board, and a tile board. Today's objective is I can spell words with suffix S. So the first thing we're going to do is practice writing and spelling our trick words. So now's the time you should get your piece of paper, your Fundations grid, or your piece of cardboard, and the red crayon. So please write the word R on your paper. Remember, with trick words, we need to know them by looking at them. If we just say R and we spell it just like we hear it, we would only write the letter R. Okay. Now that we have our word on our paper, we are going to trace our word with our pointer finger. So let's trace A, R, E, R, A, R, E, R, A, R, E, R. Good. Remember, we want to do that 3 times. Now we are going to practice the word were. So please write the word were on your piece of paper that's on top of that plastic grid or the cardboard box to make your writing bumpy. Now we are going to trace the word were with our pointer finger. Remember, we're going to trace and say it 3 times. W, E, R, E, were. W, E, R, E, were. W, E, R, E, were. Good job. Now let's get ready to echo. Remember, when you see Echo the Owl, you repeat after me. A, apple, A. B, bat, B. C, cat, K. D, dog, D. E, ed, E. F, fun, F. G, game, G. H, hat, I, itch, I. J, jug, J. K, kite, K. L, lamp, L. M, man, M. N, nut, N. O, octopus, ah. P, pan, P. Q, U, queen, Qu. R, rat, S, snake, S. T, top, T. U, up, V, van, V. W, wind, W. X, fox, X. Y, yellow, Y. Z, zebra, Z. WH, whistle, W. chin, ch. Ship, sh. Thumb, sock, k. Bugs, z. Ball, all. Fan, an. Ham, am. Okay, let's pause the video and stretch all our vowel sounds out. So remember yesterday we talked about suffix s. Suffix s goes at the end of words to talk and tell us that there are more than one of that item or that person. So sometimes the s says z and sometimes the s says s. So it depends on the word that we are talking about. So let's practice these two again. S, bugs, z. S, snake, s. So we are going to practice looking at words and seeing if they have a suffix. Remember, sometimes the word does not have a suffix. It just has an S at the end of the word. So we have to be really careful when we're looking at words to see if it's a suffix. And how we can determine if the word has a suffix is that they have a base word. So they have a word in it that could be all by itself without the S. So that's how we know it has a suffix. So we're going to sort these words into no suffix or it has a suffix. So let's look at the first word, has. Remember, has is actually a trick word that we learned. So does has have a suffix or it does not have a suffix? Has does not have a suffix. Yes, it has an S at the end of the word, but it does not have a base word. If you took off the S, would H and A be a word all by itself? No, it really wouldn't. Now let's look at the word dogs. Does dogs have a suffix? Look to see if the word has a base word. Yes, dogs does have a suffix because if we take that S off at the end, dog can stand all by itself. Now let's look at the next word, was. Does was have a suffix? Was does not have a suffix. It's part of the word, and that's actually a trick word that we have learned. And the last word, pens. Does that have a suffix? Yes, the word pens has a suffix. So we can take off the S at the end and we would still have pen by itself. Good job. Now, if you are in school, you need to get your tile boards out. And if you're at home, you can use a notebook and a pencil. So what I want you to do is that if you're using your notebook and a pencil, you're going to write down the letter of the sound I tell you. If you're using your tile board, you're going to find the letter of the sound I tell you and put it in the blank space underneath. Remember, there might be more than one tile that says the sound. So what says the letter? Well, what says the sound Z? Good, so you should have written Z, or you should have moved down Z, and you can actually move down or write the letter S, because remember, the suffix S in some words says Z. Okay, now we are going to spell words. So if you are spelling words with your tile boards, you're going to move the letter tiles down to the blank space. And if you're using your notebook or a pencil at home, you're going to write the word. And if you are writing in your notebook at home, make sure you're taking a picture of it and uploading it to your assignment today so your teachers can see it. Okay, So how do you spell pens? Remember, we can tap out each sound to help us spell. So how do you spell pens? Remember, pens is more than one. Look at all these colorful pens on the picture. Pens. This is how we spell pens. What sound does the suffix s make? Good. The suffix s says z in that word. Okay. Next. Now I know it's hard to tell from this picture. How do you spell rugs? Rugs. This is how you spell rugs. No, notice the S at the end, the suffix S. What sound does that suffix S make? Good, it makes the Z sound. So yes, you are putting the letter tile S or writing the letter S at the end of the word, even though it sounds like Z. Okay, next word. How do you spell bells? Bells. This is how you spell bells. We do have a bonus letter L and the suffix S. What sound does that suffix S make? Good. It also makes the Z sound. We're going to concentrate this week on suffix S making the Z sound. Okay. Next word. How do you spell bugs? Bugs. This is how we spell bugs. What sound does the suffix S make? Good, it says the Z sound. Okay, so now I'm going to say a word and you are going to write it on your dry erase boards. Now, if you're home, you're going to do this in your notebook. So please get your writing materials ready. So if you were doing this in your notebook already, you should already have it. If you're in school, please take out your dry erase boards. Okay, now let's get ready to write. I'm going to dictate the word and you're just going to write it. It's not going to be on the screen. So remember, you can tap out the word, spell it out loud, and write it. Your first word is jam. Jam. Your next word is tan. Tan. Remember, you can pause the video in between all the words so you can make sure you're writing. Your next word is legs. Legs. Remember that suffix S. And the last word is pigs. Pigs. Good. Now you are going to try using words with the suffix S all on your own. Have a great day.